Some stones hide secrets worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, but most people pass right over them without a second glance. They don't dazzle like diamonds or flash like rubies, yet beneath their ordinary exteriors lies a world of color, rarity, and geological wonder. These are gemstones shaped over millions of years, formed under extraordinary natural conditions, and often found in places no one would expect. Riverbeds, outcrops, or even inside seemingly plain rocks. Collectors around the world are hunting them down, willing to pay a fortune for a single perfect specimen. Today we're uncovering these overlooked treasures, stones that look unremarkable at first glance, but can command astonishing prices, and revealing exactly why they become the obsession of the most dedicated gem collectors. 1. Star garnet. You might think all garnets look the same, but star garnet is in a league of its own, found in only 2 places on Earth, Idaho in the United States and a remote region of India. This gemstone is incredibly rare. What makes it truly special is its asterism, a star-shaped pattern that appears on the surface when light hits it just right. Imagine holding a polished gem and seeing a perfect 4 or 6-rayed star seemingly floating inside. That's the magic collectors are chasing. Where and how to find it? Star garnets form in metamorphic rocks, specifically in areas where shale or garnet-bearing schist has undergone high pressure and high temperature conditions over millions of years. In Idaho, the best-known deposits are found in the St. Maries River region, where garnets are often embedded in metamorphic rock outcrops or in river gravels that have washed down from nearby hillsides. These riverbeds can polish the stones naturally, sometimes revealing the star pattern even before cutting. When searching for star garnet, collectors and rockhounds should look for dark red to purplish stones with a slight translucency, rounded or polished stones in riverbeds, often mixed with ordinary rocks, flat opaque surfaces that catch the sunlight, which can reveal a faint star even before you polish the stone. The appeal isn't just visual. Star garnets range widely in price depending on quality. Most fine stones sell for a few $100s per carat, while truly exceptional specimens with a sharp, clear star and deep, rich color can reach up to around $1,000 per carat in serious collector markets. That means what might look like an ordinary garnet to the untrained eye could actually be a rare and valuable collector's gem. And the story doesn't end there. Star garnets are so rare that each one is often passed down through generations, making them more than just a gemstone. They're a piece of natural history and a collector's treasure. 2. Yoa nut opal. Now let's dive into one of the strangest and most mesmerizing gemstones on Earth. The Yoa nut opal. Chances are you've never heard of it, and that's exactly why collectors go crazy over it. Unlike most opals that form in veins or seams, Yoa nuts are tiny opal-filled eggs or nodules that look like ordinary brown rocks on the outside. But crack one open, and you might be staring at a kaleidoscope of blues, fiery reds, greens, purples, and flashes of rainbow color hidden inside. Every nut is a surprise, a gemstone hiding in plain sight. Where it's found, these rare opals are exclusive to the Yoa fields in southwestern Queensland, Australia, a remote sun-baked outback where the red earth stretches endlessly. The opals form in ancient sedimentary rocks, inside ironstone concretions, round, nut-like bodies that took millions of years to form. Silica-rich water seeped into tiny cracks in these ironstones, and over time evaporated, leaving behind precious opal. But here's the kicker. Only a tiny fraction of Yoa nuts actually contain gem-quality opal. How to spot them? If you're exploring these fields, look for round or oval ironstone rocks, usually brown to dark reddish, often just below the surface. They're most common in layers of ferruginous sandstone mixed with mudstone or claystone. These are the nuts you're hunting, and when you break one open, that's when the magic happens. Most will be empty, but the rare ones, they reveal patterns and flashes of color that seem almost impossible, like nature itself painted them. Yoa nut opals are highly prized by collectors and jewelers because of their rarity, color, and sheer uniqueness. Most nuts with decent color sell for hundreds of dollars, while the truly exceptional ones, dramatic, high contrast, vibrant, can fetch thousands and in extremely rare cases, six figures. That's right. A tiny rock that looks ordinary could hide a gemstone worth more than a luxury car. Even in the rough, many nuts sell for modest amounts because most don't contain gem-quality opal. But that's part of the thrill. Every nut is a potential treasure chest waiting to be opened by someone patient, observant, and lucky. 3. Dravite tourmaline. At first glance, dravite tourmaline might seem like just another brown crystal, but to collectors, it's a gemstone of subtle beauty and geological intrigue. Its warm, earthy hues range from deep brown to golden brown, sometimes with hints of reddish undertones, and it forms long, elegant, prismatic crystals that can be incredibly striking when cut or polished. Where and how to find it? Dravite forms in metamorphic rocks and pegmatites, where boron-rich fluids slowly crystallize over millions of years. In the United States, notable deposits are found in California and Maine, often alongside other tourmaline varieties. In the field, dravite may be embedded in metamorphosed shale or granite, and occasionally it appears in alluvial deposits, washed down from nearby hillsides. When searching for dravite tourmaline, you should look for long, slender crystals with smooth terminations, a rich brown to golden color that deepens when exposed to sunlight, transparent or semi-transparent sections, which significantly increase value. While it may not flash rainbow colors like opals or display stars like garnets, dravite's appeal lies in its rich, earthy elegance and the rarity of high-quality crystals suitable for collectors and fine jewelry. Collector value. Ordinary dravite crystals can sell for $50 to $200 per carat, but exceptional, transparent, and well-formed specimens can reach $500 to $800 per carat. Its understated beauty makes it a sought-after addition to serious mineral collections, prized for its combination of color, form, and rarity. 4. Crystal opal. At first glance, crystal opal might look like a simple, translucent stone, but to collectors, it's a gemstone full of fire and depth, prized for its brilliant flashes of color inside a clear to semi-transparent body. Unlike milky or common opals, crystal opal allows light to pass through, giving it a window into a rainbow, a phenomenon that can make each stone mesmerizing and unique. Where and how to find it? In the United States, the best-known sources of crystal opal are in Nevada and Idaho, where opal forms in volcanic ash beds, rhyolite, and silica-rich sedimentary layers. Over millions of years, water-carrying dissolved silica seeped into cracks and cavities within these rocks. As the water evaporated, precious opal was deposited, forming colorful flashes trapped inside a transparent or semi-transparent matrix. When searching for crystal opal, collectors should look for stones with clear or slightly milky transparency that allow internal flashes of red, blue, green, or orange to shine through. Rounded or irregular nodules found in weathered rhyolite or volcanic ash layers. Smooth surfaces that catch the light. Sometimes a hint of fire is visible even before cutting. Crystal opals don't just dazzle with color, they also tell a story of geological patience, forming over millions of years under very specific conditions. Even a small piece can reveal a miniature rainbow trapped in stone, which is why collectors prize them so highly. Collector value. Prices vary widely depending on color intensity, transparency, and size. Most fine U.S. crystal opals sell for $100 to $500 per carat, while the rare vividly colored stones can reach up to $1,500 per carat. Even a modest specimen can be a highlight in a collector's cabinet, while an exceptional stone could become the centerpiece of a high-end jewelry piece. 5. Phenakite. At first glance, phenakite might look like an ordinary clear crystal, but don't be fooled. This rare, colorless to pale yellow gemstone rivals diamonds in brilliance and clarity, making it a hidden favorite among serious collectors. Its sharp crystal structure and high hardness make it both durable and dazzling. yet it remains largely overlooked outside of mineral circles. Where and how to find it? In the United States, Phenakite is most famously found in California and Maine, forming in pegmatites and metamorphic rocks rich in beryllium. Over millions of years, beryllium-bearing fluids slowly crystallized in these cavities, forming well-defined, transparent crystals. These crystals often occur alongside other rare gems, such as tourmaline or aquamarine, but only the clearest, most flawless pieces are considered gem quality. When searching for phenakite, collectors should look for clear, colorless to pale yellow crystals with minimal inclusions, well-formed crystal shapes, often prismatic or tapered, stones embedded in pegmatite cavities or scattered in eroded rock debris near pegmatite outcrops. Because phenakite is so hard and transparent, it can easily be mistaken for quartz, but a trained eye will spot its higher clarity, sharper crystal edges, and unique brilliance. Collector value: smaller, good-quality phenakite crystals sell for $100 to $300 per carat, while large, flawless, gem-quality stones can command $500 to $1,500 per carat. Its rarity, clarity, and diamond-like sparkle make it a hidden gem for collectors, a stone that few stumble upon, but everyone remembers once they do. 6. N-statite. At first glance, N-statite might look like a plain greenish-brown stone, but to collectors it's a rare and fascinating gemstone with subtle sparkle and a mineral story unlike most others. Its colors range from olive green to brownish tones, and when cut properly, it can display a gentle luster and even a faint cat's eye effect in rare specimens. Where and how to find it? In the United States, N-statite is primarily found in New Jersey, New York, and Maine, forming in metamorphic rocks such as schists and serpentinites. Over millions of years, magnesium-rich and silica-rich fluids crystallize slowly under high heat and pressure, producing these unique gemstones. Occasionally, weathering and erosion carry crystals into riverbeds, where water naturally polishes them, making them easier to spot. When searching for N-statite, collectors should look for stones with transparent to translucent sections that show green or brown hues, well-formed, elongated, or blocky crystals, sometimes with a slight shimmer or cat's eye effect, crystals emerging from metamorphic rock outcrops or scattered among river gravels. N-statite may not be as flashy as opal or garnet, but its subtle beauty and rarity make it highly prized by collectors who appreciate understated gemstones. Its muted tones are perfect for those seeking a gemstone with character and history rather than immediate sparkle. Collector value. Most gem-quality N-statite sells for $50 to $300 per carat, but rare, transparent, and larger crystals can fetch up to $500 to $800 per carat. Its scarcity and unique mineral composition make it a coveted addition to serious gemstone collections. 7. Hessonite garnet. At first glance, hessonite garnet might look like just another reddish-brown stone, but collectors know it as the cinnamon stone, prized for its warm, honey-like glow and subtle brilliance. Unlike the deeper reds of pyrope garnets, hessonite's earthy reddish-brown to orange hues give it a unique charm that stands out in any collection. Where and how to find it? In the United States, hessonite garnets are most often found in gem-bearing, metamorphic rocks in certain regions, especially in Idaho and New Hampshire. They typically form in schist or gneiss, where high heat and pressure over millions of years created the perfect environment for garnet crystals to grow. Some hessonite garnets also end up in river gravels, naturally polished by flowing water and making them easier to spot. When searching for hessonite garnet, collectors should look for warm reddish-brown stones, sometimes with a slight orange or cinnamon tint, rounded or naturally polished crystals in riverbeds or scattered near metamorphic rock outcrops, small inclusions inside the crystal, which are common but don't necessarily reduce the beauty or value of the gem. Hessonite may not flash like opals or display a star like garnets, but its warm color and relative rarity make it a favorite for collectors seeking something unique yet subtle. It's also a popular choice for jewelry because its earthy tones complement many metals and settings. Collector value. Prices vary depending on clarity, color, and size. Most stones sell for $50 to $300 per carat, but larger, richly colored, and transparent specimens can reach $400 to $500 per carat. Even a modest hessonite garnet can add a touch of rare elegance to a collection, while an exceptional crystal becomes a treasured find. 8. Willemite. At first glance, Willemite might seem like just a green mineral, but to collectors, it's one of the most fascinating gemstones in the United States. Its vivid green color is stunning under normal light, and under ultraviolet light, it fluoresces brilliantly, glowing bright green in the dark, a feature that makes it a showstopper for mineral enthusiasts and collectors alike. Where and how to find it? Willemite is most famously found in Franklin and Sterling Hill, New Jersey, areas renowned for their zinc-rich metamorphic deposits. Over millions of years, zinc, manganese, and silicate minerals crystallized in veins and fractures within these metamorphic rocks, producing Willemite in gem-quality forms. Some crystals are embedded in massive rock, while smaller pieces can be loosened and polished naturally in eroded deposits. When searching for Willemite, collectors should look for bright green crystals that may appear opaque at first, but reveal sparkling surfaces when polished. Rocks in zinc-rich metamorphic outcrops or in eroded rubble at the base of cliffs. Crystals that fluoresce under UV light. This is a key identifier that separates Willemite from other green minerals. Its fluorescent properties make Willemite highly prized for both collectors and educational displays, as it demonstrates a natural glow that few other gemstones or minerals can match. Even small fragments can be dramatic under a black light, making it a unique addition to any collection. Collector value. Most Willemite specimens sell for $50 to $200 for moderate-sized crystals, while larger, well-formed fluorescent pieces can reach $500 plus. The combination of rarity, bright color, and fluorescence makes Willemite a gemstone that's as fun to study as it is to display. 9. Schorl, black tourmaline. At first glance, schorl might look like an ordinary black stone, but this classic black tourmaline is one of the most sought-after gemstones for collectors and mineral enthusiasts alike. Its long, prismatic crystals are often striated, lustrous, and sometimes terminated with natural points, making them striking even before cutting or polishing. Where and how to find it? In the United States, schorl is primarily found in California, Maine, and New York, forming in granite pegmatites and metamorphic rocks. Over millions of years, boron-rich fluids slowly crystallize within these rocks, producing long, black, striated tourmaline crystals. Occasionally, erosion carries smaller crystals into riverbeds, where they can be found mixed among ordinary rocks. When searching for schorl, collectors should look for long, black, prismatic crystals with a natural shine. Striations along the length of the crystal, which indicate authentic tourmaline. Crystals emerging from pegmatite dikes or scattered in eroded gravels near metamorphic outcrops. Schorl may not flash color like opals or display stars like garnets, but its deep black elegance, perfect crystal form, and rarity of large high-quality specimens make it a favorite among serious collectors. It's also a staple in educational collections because of its distinct crystal structure and boron-rich composition. Collector value. Most schorl crystals sell for $20 to $100 per carat, while large, well-formed specimens with clean terminations can reach $200 to $400 per carat. Even a modest prismatic crystal can become a centerpiece in a collection, while a rare, perfect specimen is highly prized for its natural beauty and mineralogical significance. 10. Titanite, sphene. At first glance, titanite, also known as sphene, might look like a small, unassuming stone. But when properly cut and polished, it becomes a brilliantly fiery gemstone with exceptional dispersion, even surpassing diamonds in its ability to split light into vivid flashes of color. Its hues range from golden yellow to greenish brown, sometimes with subtle orange or reddish tones, giving it a unique charm among collectors. Where and how to find it? In the United States, titanite is found in California and New York, forming in metamorphic rocks such as gneiss and schist, or occasionally in pegmatite veins. Over millions of years, calcium and titanium-rich fluids crystallized under heat and pressure, producing these rare, lustrous crystals. Some have also been transported into riverbeds by erosion, where water polishing can naturally reveal their fire and brilliance. When searching for titanite, collectors should look for transparent to translucent crystals with yellow, green, or brown hues, well-formed wedge-shaped or short prismatic crystals that sparkle in sunlight, stones found in metamorphic outcrops or eroded river gravels near known titanite deposits. Although titanite isn't as widely recognized as opals or garnets, its high dispersion and subtle fire make it a collector's favorite for gemstones that are rare. When you look back at these stones, a pattern becomes clear. None of them shout for attention. None of them demand to be noticed. They don't sparkle on the surface like diamonds, and they don't advertise their worth the way famous gemstones do. Yet each one carries something far more important: rarity shaped by time, structure formed under precise geological conditions, and characteristics that collectors across the world recognize instantly. From riverbeds in Idaho to volcanic layers in Nevada, from pegmatites in Maine to zinc-rich hills in New Jersey, these gemstones remind us that value is not always obvious. Many of them are dismissed every day as ordinary rocks, left behind because they don't fit the popular image of what a valuable gemstone should look like. But in the global collector market, from New York dealers to international auction houses, these same stones are studied, graded, and sought after for exactly the qualities that make them easy to overlook. What separates a common stone from a collectible gemstone is not luck, it's knowledge. Understanding how these minerals form, where they appear, and what physical traits matter. Clarity, structure, optical effects. Rarity is what turns a casual discovery into something meaningful. A faint star inside a garnet, a hidden flash inside ironstone, a crystal with perfect termination. These details are what professionals and collectors pay attention to. These gemstones also tell a larger story about the Earth itself. Each one represents millions of years of pressure, heat, chemistry, and time working together in very specific ways. They are records of ancient environments, preserved in crystal form. That's why collectors don't just see them as objects. They see them as geological moments that can never be repeated. And that's what makes overlooked gemstones so fascinating. They don't reward haste, they don't reward noise, they reward patience, observation, and knowledge. These stones exist quietly beneath our feet, shaped over millions of years by pressure, chemistry, and time, long before markets, auctions, or collectors ever assign them a price. In a world obsessed with instant brilliance and surface-level beauty, these gemstones tell a very different story. Their value isn't obvious at first glance. It's hidden in crystal structure, optical behavior, geological rarity, and the precise conditions that allowed them to form in the first place. That's why serious collectors, high-end dealers, and institutions pay attention to what others overlook. Many of these stones are still found the same way they always have been, weathered out of rock, carried by rivers, or exposed slowly by erosion. No fanfare, no spotlight, just quiet discoveries waiting for someone who understands what they're looking at. And once those stones are recognized, cut, and documented, they don't circulate casually. They move into private collections, museum drawers, and auction catalogs where their true value finally becomes visible. The next time you walk along a riverbank, explore a rocky outcrop, or turn over stones most people step past, remember this: some of the world's most valuable natural treasures don't announce themselves. They don't sparkle on demand. They don't beg for attention. They wait, formed by time, preserved by chance, and recognized only by those who know the difference between an ordinary rock and a quiet masterpiece of geology. If you value this kind of insight, grounded, factual, and focused on the real world of gemstones, consider subscribing to Michael Gems. New videos explore the stones most people overlook, the markets that value them, and the geology that makes them truly rare.